Welcome everybody, Nanka here, and it's time for a Souldin.
Welcome everybody, Souldin and the Grimm Brothers here, and it's time for a Souldin special, a continuation of Final Fantasy IX. Welcome back to this Nanka focused, well rather Princess Garnet focused playthrough of Final Fantasy IX, wherein all the scenes that featured are the ones focused on basically Princess Garnet's perspective, or in this case, as you'll see from the top corner artwork of Nanka dressed as Garnet by I'm Not Ro, Nanka in the role of Garnet. The heck are you, fella? Oh, I was hoping to level up one of the abilities. Come on. Got ore though. Ore's good. Well, this music sounds different. Ah, this fella! Need to give it an item, I believe. Yeah, I do recall that. Give me some ore. Okay, well, conveniently, I got an ore from the last battle. Item. How thing that it's Nanka giving the ore. Here you go, fella. Show Nanka throwing the item out of her pocket. Tell Mr. Ghost I said hi. I can't remember what you get at the end of this quest line. I'll put it up on screen if I can. I'll look it up and see. Oh, but I get lots of AP, which is great. Fantastic. Some of the characters got their stuff from that. And that was what I was after. It's not stats I want, it's the AP. Yeah, I could do it with the tents. So that'll be handy. So yeah, let's talk about my tea I've got today. It is, currently is Picadilly blend. It is a black tea. Brew time is 3 to 5 minutes. Oh well, that was convenient. Oh no, it's still going on. Hey, and Nanka gets the win. So that 5 seconds of her win pose, yeah. Yeah, black tea. Brew time is 3 to 5 minutes. Its brand is Wittards, and it's a black tea freshened up with the free floral addition of hibiscus. Take a trip to town with this free floral black tea blend. And it's not just the, I should have struck someone else, because, to be fair, he's probably going to get taken out by, oh wow. And they're faster than I thought, but yeah. So, because it's not just that I'm having with the tea at the moment sort of thing, I'm also trying out a thing I got for Christmas. A Brookstone beverage warmer. Simply on and off to warm up, warmer switch, keeps liquids warm all day. Great for coffee, tea and soup. Hello there, sir. You're a disgusting coffee drinker. How dare you? It's tea. You should be having tea. Hey, now goes Zappy Zapping Nanka. And again, Zippy Zappy Nanka. I mean, he probably hasn't travelled about too much. And again, just got to appreciate the views of the windmill, of course. Though, speaking of which, I was watching a stream from Canon Flora of her playing Marvel Rivals. It's actually my first time properly witnessing Marvel Rivals that wasn't on Rufferham's PC screen sort of thing. And, yeah, gosh, there's a particular emphasis on the designs. They've, you know, like, everyone's got healthy hips, and they went out of their way. Especially, well, ironically here, Dagger in that game, and well, Dagger here as well, also has, well, it's Nanka now, but then again, also, Nanka also has that sort of boast as well, so, yeah, it's just, wow! Well, I'm going to try the Picadilly blend here, because, gosh, this tea's warm, isn't it? It's apparently free, it definitely has a free smell to it, but it's weird, it's like a sharper free, sort of flowery. It's got a free smell, but the taste is bitter. And that has kept warm, but it's not hot, I'd say, which is really good. Again, I'm trying this without milk, but yeah, it's got a much more flowery, fruity smell, but the actual taste is quite bitter. I'm quite a fan, actually. Aftertaste is a little bit strange, but it's all set, you know, front of the tongue sort of thing. Well, I say front, it completely misses the tip. It's side to side at the front. G-Man? Where will I be staying? In the same room. Where else? Because, like, this feels like this should have been mentioned way before. I mean, I can understand Evil Forest wasn't the time to talk, sort of thing, but surely they could have had this conversation as they were walking through Ice Cavern. Yeah, and they're friends with Lindblad. It's a friendly neighbouring nation. But I don't understand why she can't tell him why. And, you know, Steiner, as the royal retain, you know, the royal guard here, really should be, you know, informed of this sort of thing. Like, you know, again, it's one of those situations where, you know, proper explanation would solve everything, but... Oh no, he's not insisting, it's of her version, please return with me. Aww. Yeah, there's you know, there's just again, good reason why I called Zidane G-Man here. Well, that's Nanka drifting off, so I'll see you when there's more Nanka scenes later. Although I may include this a little bit here. Nanka tries. So yeah, whilst witnessing this Nanka perspective scene, another thing to mention, Happy Pancake Day! This is actually the rare occasion where the Pancake Day actually comes to place after my birthday, because Pancake Day is a shifting day. You know, not a consistent one. Yeah, you know, I can understand, you know, her using the sort of like the chains to bring the ship down, but the bomb made no sense. Like, the bomb could have killed her easily. You know? Very strange decision. Yeah, ironically, Nanka is the type who'd say my apologies sort of thing. Again. But yeah, it's Pancake Day. Something to sort of also mention that's pancake themed. I finally got around to having commissioned an artwork that is actually pancake themed. So, just quickly, here's Nanka celebrating Pancake Day, as drawn by the Otaku artist. You may know them from YouTube sort of thing, which, well, is how I met them. Ironically, I encountered them because they, over on DeviantArt, someone had made a fan art for them. But they are so adorable! How do you not know what crops are? Like, I understand, you know, like, you're studious enough. Oh, Oglops are adorable. But they're small and squishy. But, you see, this is the sort of, like, overacting I could see. Well, it's funny, because, like, you know, in this case, Nanka has actually, you know, researched the play and such, was actually pretty good at acting, and you're here, you know, it's just, like, feels really exaggerated. Yeah, the otaku artist actually met through someone doing DeviantArt fan art for her, and then I ended up being the otaku artist through that. But yeah, she drew me a Pancake Day, well, I commissioned her for a Pancake Day artwork sort of thing. And you know, real cute sort of thing. Originally it was going to be like an apron sort of theme, but ended up talking about the boyfriend shirt idea, and she latched onto that immediately sort of thing. Well, Nanka is from the country, but let's show me what you're selling. Awesome. But yeah, so whilst I'm giving a shout out to Otaku Artist here for thanks for that wonderful Pancake Day artwork sort of up top sort of thing. Real cute, a little bit more ecchi than I was expecting. Yeah, she included some of my artwork in her fan art Happy New Year's 2024, 2025 sort of video sort of thing she does at the end of every year. Here's Nanka. I love this scene. This is a real cute scene. I just love it. Just... Oh, it's adorable. Look at the thing is, I could totally see Nanka and G-Man actually doing that sort of scene. But yeah, like I ended up drawing some artwork for the otaku artist of their OC, Wolfie. Drew one of the standard character of Wolfie before in a pose. You know the red-haired girl Link that got promoted from that magazine, Shonen Captain? Drew Wolfie in that sort of pose. And I also drew Wolfie as one of the Silent Hill nurses, because Otaku Artist ended up doing a Silent Hill 2 playthrough of the remake. Yeah, so, you know, as a result, I got the artwork including her vlog, sort of, you know, 2024 special sort of thing. So I'll show you the artwork on screen that I drew. Aww. Alrighty. But yeah, yeah, so that was real nice to get my artwork included in the video there, sort of thing. And, you know, Otaku Arts also was entering the to be commissioned raffle, which, I mean, it will have ended this year, sort of thing. But she entered the first year, and it's actually her, she was the reason that Pikmin got included as a suggestion. Will Pikmin win the raffle? Who knows, sort of thing. But yeah, Pikmin 3 ended up being added onto raffle because she suggested a Pikmin game, and it was easiest for us to play Pikmin 3 because Rafi does own it on the Wii U. Although now I realise I need to get that Wii U gamepad fixed up in order to actually make playing Pikmin 3 an actual viable option. Thanks, that fun. Does the curtsy bow sort of thing. And there you go. You can see Nanka inside just waiting. Instead of I apologize, it's just I'm sorry. So yeah, it's Nanka going over what she needs to say, sort of thing. Real cute, real cute. Well, he asked Flamberg to head back beforehand. Again, it wouldn't be anything you'd have seen because, you know, Nanka wasn't in the scene. So, you know, her perspective again. Yes, so something to mention whilst I'm at this midpoint. First of all, please, if you've enjoyed so far, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. I say this because it actually makes the icons down below the video actually flash and glow in little rainbow colours, and it's kind of cool. I think it might be an individual one for like, and then it might be another one for subscribe. Sadly, nothing flashes for comment, and comment is actually what I kind of prefer most of all, sort of thing, because it actually more engagement with me. You're going to be able to thank you for your comments, sort of thing. Yeah, Gina noted earlier that the farms kind of, and you've seen it in the Nanka Tries first scene, the farm seems to have disappeared. So yes, as I've mentioned in the first part, I will be having, well, it will now already been out, but I'll be having a poll to decide the next Souldin special, and the options between them are Slime Rancher, Senran Kagura Peach Ball, Panya Golf with Style, I believe is the subtitle of it, or Super Swing Golf, and Switch Sports Basketball, Nintendo Switch Sports specifically. However, in them being voted for as the Souldin special, there'll be 2 videos made of them instead of 1, and there will be a special Nanka artwork. Of course, as you already got the I'm Not Row one up here. But yeah, it'll be a Nanka themed based on the respective game. So those are the options: Slime Rancher, Senran Kagura Peach Ball, Panya Golf with Star. Yes, that's the first one. That's the first one, the one that I've played already so far. I will get around to doing the sequel someday for Wii Wonders. And Nintendo Switch Sports Basketball. Yeah, so it's only the hats which are different. To be fair, I've got so much money, it's really not a problem. But it doesn't give her any new stuff. Well, how about talking about, of all things, Match Rider? Yeah, a bit of a random subject, but it's one that I came across. I watched this video recently, which was it was like a 5 or 6 hour video done for charity, covering all of the Nintendo IPs and franchises, and they were pretty dedicated. I think there may have been 1 or 2 they missed, but they were honestly, they got some really obscure ones. They had Magnetic Football, well, Magnetic Soccer, I think it is, which is like this German-only Game Boy game based off table football sort of thing. Which is quite surprising. But they did this like a long thing for charity, and that led me to a couple videos about, a video and then a Tumblr post about Max Rider. And there's always been a debate regarding Mac Rider, in whether they're a boy or a girl, due to how the standard Mac Rider and Mac Rider Versus plays out. Isn't this obvious? Well, I've already saved, so... And there is a save spot down here anyway, so... Yeah. So yeah, yeah, the Match Rider sort of thing. There's always been a debate about that sort of thing, because like in the original Mac Rider, you know, Mac Rider has a very masculine sort of figure and everything sort of thing. But in Versus Mac Rider, there's a winning screen thing as you progress through the game. Versus being the arcade version, and was actually apparently the original version, because originally Nintendo actually made the arcade versions of their games first, the Versus series of stuff like Ice Climbers, versus Balloon Fight and such, and then it was the and then the others were ported by other companies. It's like, you know, HAL, for instance. I remember they were involved in the balloon fight thing. It's where the swimming physics is actually used for the balloon fight's flying sort of motion, and how that sort of is calculated. In the Versus Mac Rider, slowly as you progress through the game, a silhouette is a sort of figure is revealed, and it is definitely a sort of female character. You know, very similar to the Metroid way of going about things. But I was saying, and so there's always been a debate: is that because the Mac Rider story is about trying to find a survivor, so more survivors as aliens invade sort of thing. So is that character that gets revealed as another person a survivor? I mean, Mac Rider's base figure doesn't look very feminine at all, and it's a sort of rather tight-looking suit he's got on, sort of the muscle sort of thing. But then this other character revealed, and it being the original Nintendo version, puts that into question. But the interesting fact that a thing that these both bring up is apparently there was a gaming magazine which once asked for artwork to be sent for review, and Nintendo themselves for Mac Rider specifically sent what is definitely a biker girl. I'll try to have it up on screen sort of thing, because it was also available on Tumblr sort of thing. And so that kind of, I feel that kind of nails it, really. The little chocobo. A little bit strange placement for the chocobo, really. You guys choose some weird places to be. And back in the barrel you go, I guess. Oh, I can get it from here. Don't mind if I do. Leather race. The female artwork of Mac Rider, you know, does seem to kind of cinch that sort of thing that, oh, Mac Rider is a female character sort of thing. Because, like, it, you know, to my knowledge of the way people phrased it in the video and the sort of Tumblr post, in the other Tumblr posts and such, was the case of, unlike like the Shonen Captain one, where it was the people of the magazine interpreting it, they actually asked Nintendo to send the artwork. So it was Nintendo who made the artwork, from my understanding. And, you know, if they are the ones who choose to depict Mac Rider as female, that kind of, you know, is kind of the, you know, say, yeah, Mac Rider is one of their female protagonists. So Mac Rider actually predates Samus as the female protagonist. Admittedly, Bubbles also predates Mac Rider as a female protagonist. But I guess in this case, human female protagonist rather than fish. On a similar Nintendo note, whilst this goes on, Monolith has been purchased by Nintendo. Which is kind of funny, because I always thought that Monolith Softworks was part of Nintendo already, but apparently it was only 96%. You know, there was still 4% owned by Elsewhere, but, you know, I figured that wouldn't really make much of a difference, but maybe it does. There is a subject later to talk about. The people who make Xenoblade are fully owned by Nintendo. They'd already pretty much been feeling like Nintendo anyway, because they've been working on so many other things. It'd be interesting to see if they make anything aside from Xenoblade games, because they also make Disaster Day of Crisis, a Wii game I am looking forward to getting around to eventually, and what was a PAL exclusive. Freeze them with a blizzard. I know you know me, yeah, I love this part. Like, they need to explore, they need to know more, and yet he actually goes out of his way to ask Flamberg here, you know, are you okay with us doing this sort of thing? You know, it's like, that's not something they usually worry about sort of thing, but... Well, I might as well open it up and see what's... Oh, immediate fight. Okay, I didn't take that into account, did I? Yeah, I probably should have realised that they were going to start, you know, swinging. Haven't equipped him with stuff yet, have I? Oops, forgot about that. But there's an easy way to deal with this. Let me demonstrate this! Yeah! And they blow up! And of course, the game has to, although, you know, the rod's covering the way, they have to have an excuse to try to get a back angle of Nanka there, don't they? Of course, you know, yeah, and now you can see just how much, yeah, gosh, that drops immensely, sort of, compared to that, but yeah. Cure will take care of them real quick. They are quite a threat, as you can see there. I didn't expect them to hit that hard. And now I'll show you how to use this sort of stuff off screen like this. There we go. You can also use the white spells, the spells outside of battle like that. I always forget what these guys are. Oh, we're going to get a lot of trances here. 2 in the 1. Double black magic. Let's might as well go. Carries echo screen, and I missed the first part. Oh, you jerk! Yeah, I'm not even gonna mind. Just obliterate them. You stole my stuff? I thought Nanka was supposed to gain the transform, but nope. I don't even know what those guys were, but they stole my stuff. Hey, you got to see Flamberg in his transform? How dare they? How dare they? All I got from him was that echo screen anyway. And I was just wanting to know, what on earth is this? It's empty. Oh. Okay. How dare they? I've only got 42 potions now. The monsters! Let's see, something else to talk about. Well, I kind of finished the Mac Rider monolith thing. Well, I guess on that sort of mention, and again, you know, there's a lovely amount of detail specifically, Sophie. You don't get this with the other characters, but, you know, shadow lines, everything, you know, just saying, they put an emphasis. Again, much like the Marvel Rider thing, when I was watching with Cannon Flora sort of thing. It's like, they know what they're doing, they know what they're emphasising. They put a lot of work into it. I mean, it's interesting they don't question Flamberg. Like, maybe they don't want to come across as racist, but he's got yellow glowing eyes, and he's like, not like black skin tone, it's like a black fuzziness sort of thing. His face is shadows. Ah, what are you doing? Oh, this is funny. Oh, I got into that. So yeah, the reason why I bring up the monolith thing, aside from it just being interesting news sort of thing, is there's this YouTuber I watch called Nintendo Forecast. Wait, she did know something suspicious was going on in the castle. That's why she left in the first place, as she'll later reveal, sort of thing. And he's gonna lie. But, yeah, the reason why... Well, gosh, they popped way quicker than I was expecting. Also, it's funny that they immediately assume we'll attack them, sort of thing. It's like, no one just asks, hey, could you come with us? You know, it's just like immediately... And, you know, then it's like, what? What are you talking about again? So now you reveal it. Why didn't you just tell him that way before? Also, why are you not questioning that he looks exactly like Flamberg, but taller? Or is this a she, actually? This is the first time I'm noticing it. The black one here looks like it's got a chest and a really tiny waist. Is this one female? But I mean, the dolls at the end of the day, I'm not sure they really, and they don't reproduce. I'm not really sure it makes any real difference, really. But then in Flamberg's always, you know, like Vivi is always, you know, male defaulted to. So it's not like Queen of Quen where it is actually, you know, definitely a she-he, you know, they situation. But he's not standing in the way of the mission. It's just like, wow, all this talking. It's just a thing that people fail to do in these things. I love the battleground here. Find out if the only battle you ever get to do here. So an interesting thing, if he does kill all the other party members, he, you know, after like one turn, he'll take away Stole Steeple's Hat. One attack shouldn't do too much damage. Oh, he missed anyway. Hey, good timing there. Only 14 damage. Just cast as Sheldon as many people as I thought. Yeah, that was just going to do too much damage. I know there's like another item on him, so... Yeah, I'm just kidding. So, gosh, that teleport did way more damage than I was expecting. I mean, let's just cast Protect. Zero Force is taking a lot of hits. Yeah, so he's doubly protected. Stole overplay. I think that's the last thing. I'll hit Steel again just to make sure. That's strange, because, oh, come on. Come on, buddy. Let's actually try this, We'll go with that. We're going to try Minor Strike, but I think it's only direct, sort of, you know, well, non-direct magic that, I'll focus, and that should, in theory... Oh no, that was it! Okay, job done! I was expecting it to be a lot harder. I was actually going to plan to throw that Nintendo discussion, but gosh, the fight here actually took away my attention to be able to focus. I really had to think of that one, but no XP. But hey, Beast Killer learn. Black Waltz number 2. And why did you not tell anyone about Black Waltz number 1, G-Man? But yeah, like, if all the others get knocked out, he'll put Nanka here to sleep, and then just take it away and game over. I mean, ultimately that was a lot easier, but I guess that's because I realised from past examples that this guy counters spells and, you know, casts magic repeatedly. Similarly, it's like in the battle against the Black Water number 1 and the Sea Lion that you never got to see because, of course, you know, there was no Nanka present. Yes, that's rest at the end. Can't remember if I mentioned it or not, but the next tea I'll be having is Festive Breakfast. It's a black tea, brew time is 3 to 5 minutes, and it's from Wittard's. A soul-warming tea blending crisp Ceylon and brisk Kenya. Starting off rolling off the monolith soft thing. For a Nintendo forecast video, they had this whole thing about Nintendo's pillars. They basically went through the sort of stuff that a lot of people don't tend to go over, like the Nintendo's investor meeting of 2024 sort of thing, and also the PowerPoint and details sort of thing. Yeah, so I've got an interview coming up, so I may be getting a job, and it's a full-time one. So I'll be losing a lot of time to do this sort of thing. Really, I should probably just be doing these in the middle of the night. The problem is Dad sleeps in the front room half the time, so I can't... so I potentially wake him up, sort of thing. Okay. Actually, no. Again, this is a golden moment. I really hope none of the noises pass through, so I want you to appreciate this moment, sort of thing. Isn't G-Man being so nice here? No, I understood that moment as a kid, but, I understand it now. There we are. It's just funny, they look completely out of place with how the rest of the art looks there, sort of thing. The Nanka climbing a ladder thing, I don't know if it was through Galgun or if it was through this scene here. Was inspired for this scene or the Galgun scene. One of the two. But, I wonder if I should make another commission based more off this video. I mean, it is now Nanka and G-Man quite specifically here. Like that sort of like closed eye sort of thing you can see, and the forced shove of the door sort of thing. Yeah, as I was saying, so Nintendo Forecast went over the investor meeting sort of thing, and one of the key things that kind of stood out is Nintendo talks about the Nintendo pillars, as it were, sort of thing, which was effectively Nintendo looking to branch their IPs out to be more than just sort of games sort of thing, and be able to invest them into other avenues sort of thing. For example, they have their theme park, the movies, such as the Mario movie, and now Legend of Zelda is also going to be getting a movie. Nintendo pillars, which is basically the key IPs to capitalize on sort of thing. Sure, before. And they're actually ones that, aren't too surprising to hear which ones they're referring to as their Nintendo pillars. Because specifically they are Mario, Legend of Zelda, Animal Crossing and Splatoon. Funny enough, all of them are in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sort of thing, and are often shown together in promotional stuff. And the particular reason why it's them in particular is that, of course, Nintendo owns 100% of them sort of thing. It's not like we're Pokemon, wherein, of course, they share some with Game Freak and such, and it's not like with Kirby, which is obviously owned by HAL. You know, that has actually a separate division. I believe it's like Warp Star Productions is both a HAL and Nintendo-owned company for the Kirby merchandising, but it's not quite the same sort of thing. So when Nintendo think of their pillars, they think of the ones that they have complete control over. Which is where the Monolith stuff is kind of interesting. Now they own Xenoblade 100%, and Xenoblade Chronicles as a series has been pushed a fair bit with, you know, just the frequency. I mean, every single game of the series is going to be available on the Switch soon. Oh, I thought that was a treasure chest. Oh, it looks like treasure. But such part of the ship. Oh, that'd have me for too. There's Nanka again. And there goes Nanka again. That was long. Oh, to be fair, she can see that. Oh, yeah, she's back. Yeah, so, the Black Waltz 3 here, this scene well, along with the earlier scene, this scene has also always stuck to my head. It's also funny. It's like, oh, it was definitely just this one guy, this one Flamberg. He did it all. Yeah, like the whole airship scene with here, along with the earlier scene, always stuck out into my head sort of thing. It's, you know, one of those childhood memory sort of thing. And Black Waltz 3 again, like, well, again, I love the black mage design sort of thing. You know, the shadowed face and the glowing eyes. You know, if I was designing an avatar that wasn't, you know, obviously I designed Nanka not to represent me, but to be almost an ambassador, as it were. But if I was to design an avatar reflective of me, it would probably be with a Black Mage-esque design, or Black Waltz-esque design. Though, W, because I'm not going to lie about myself. It's funny enough, I was watching a video earlier today about Sonic Adventure, and it's another scene that's always, like, you know, tragic scene that's always kind of like, it's forever ingrained in my mind, was like the Gamma sort of storyline and the ending of the Gamma's campaign. And this scene as well, you know. But to be fair, there's everything about Vivi's character that is just so splendidly done. It's surprising that Black Waltz 3 doesn't actually pop up more often, per se, because he makes such a good impact. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see this scene because, you know, Nanka doesn't take part in it. She has to actually steer the ship so they don't all crash and, you know, die. And again, you know, G-Man, I really appreciate the detail of giving her the choice sort of thing. I'll be either way, except if you crash the ship. That's my limit sort of thing. Anyway, I'm going to try out this Festive tea now. That's kept nice and warm thanks to the cup warmer. Not quite sure how to describe the flavour. I guess kind of I think the milk's kind of subdued it, but it's like it's a bit of a smoky hint to it as you drink it. You know, kind of like a Russian Caravan, but not nearly as overpowering. So like a blend between that and an English breakfast. It does have a bit of a smoked flavour to it. Gone from Princess Nanka to Captain Nanka. Arrgh! That hint of flavour that spices things up without being too different from a nice traditional black tea. So it goes well with the milk. I mean, to be fair, Zero Force has got a point. But also G-Man's got a point. Yeah, this is such a... Well, there are so many cool moments early on that so much of Disc 1 is just like... Well, mainly because I keep playing through Disc 1 sort of thing. You end up replaying the start of a game a lot. Like, for instance, the start of... you know, of course, I've completed Pokemon Red and Blue before. Yeah, go on, Flamberg! Yeah, really nice, the Festive tea. You know, that smoky hint. I guess you could maybe it'd be a little bit malty, but I think mainly it's smoky sort of thing. This is why you didn't do Black Magic on a tiny little boat. His thunder spell became a fire spell on himself. Also, I believe this actually ends up being a plot point of the fact that he wrecked the gate, so the airships can't go through anymore. And this is a tease, of course. In like most Final Fantasy games, you'll eventually get an airship yourself, sort of thing, to fly about, sort of thing. So this is kind of like the tease for it. Yeah, like the Nintendo Pillar thing was a fascinating sort of Yeah, oh no, all the sort of harm we've done for other people. We've provided jobs for people and put several people out of work for months. Aw. I thank you. I love her way of dialect. Now I've made up my. I mean, he was already doing that sort of thing, but Flamberg has been through an awful lot. It's a bit of an ironic thing also that the direction is directed toward... I don't understand Master Flamberg. Master Flamberg, why would those be just be the same as you? And why would it matter if they were? See, they're actually agreeing on something! An interesting thing to note is, like, what other properties could they want to sort of expand upon, and what, with their pre-existing properties, could they further expand with, sort of thing? From what I remember, I believe Animal Crossing does actually have an animated movie, but could it receive another? Could it receive a more international-focused movie, sort of thing? Splatoon, I'm amazed Splatoon has not had a anime. There's a YouTuber, can't remember her name off the top of my head, Kimmy something, I'll put the actual name, and I'll she's done these great Splatoon animation sort of thing. The Splatoon's got a really good sort of manga, sort of comedy manga sort of thing. So I'm really surprised they haven't actually expanded Splatoon beyond, I mean, to be fair, they've had the games and they've also had the concert sort of things. That's also, as people point out, they've actually been doing a lot of merchandising stuff with Pikmin. And in there, if I recall correctly from the forecast video, in the video they actually bring up Metroid as an IP sort of thing. They haven't pushed it as much sort of thing, but it's, well, because there's a different market, an audience for Metroid, but they're keenly aware of the importance of Metroid and Samus sort of as an IP sort of thing. And it has been, it has been an IP they have kept trying to push in quite a lot of ways. Star Fox is another interesting case, but Star Fox's case is, it wasn't mentioned for starters, but whilst there was artwork included with Star Fox is first and foremost, Star Fox is primarily used as a tech showcase a lot of the time sort of thing. I mean, Star Fox SNES, Star Fox 64, Star Fox Zero, they're all like primarily tech showcases. You could even say for the Battle of Atlas, it was primarily there to show off the toy functionality. And, the basically, what do they call it, NFC? The sort of like amiibo scanning functionality, except they did it with the Toys to Life sort of system with the so how much Nintendo would invest in the Star Fox IP, and it feels like is a really debatable sort of thing, but it's probably the next one along. But there's also a case of like, are there any other IPs that actually continue that sort of focus? Like, for instance, in the Switch era, we've got newly introduced in the Switch era, for which Nintendo actually completely gained the rights to. You've got ARMS, Switch Sports. They now purchased all of Astral Chain. I absolutely adore. just punch. Wow, even the Oglops are big in Lindworm. Flamberg and Nanka do not mind Oglops, but they give it to. How dare you give the present like this? Maybe we should have warned you, but no, this was hilarious! I remember that mustache. It's funny, it's like, transformed, but my mustache stayed! Funny enough, this is the first time now we get to actually see it in like this higher quality that I'm actually seeing, point the eye sort of thing. They were, they've got like pupils and everything. I thought they were just kind of like these spots sort of thing before. It's impressive. Well, I guess they wanted to make sure that said news didn't pass about sort of thing. Yeah, it's strange. They talk about the Queen in such like good ways, but we never seen Queen Bran in a good light per se. Neither in her appearance nor in her actions at all, sort of thing. Like it's interesting because like we hear stories about how the people loved her and all sort of thing, how she's done good sort of thing, but you can only know about, you never actually get to see it yourself sort of thing. It's interesting, it's like, who has she brought to the attention of sort of thing? Because everyone, but it's like, we have never seen, like, bring it up with 04, so... And it's interesting that she's explaining the scene without the others here sort of thing, because, again, we've kind of been left in the dark about all of it. I tried to kidnap you, they kind of failed spectacularly at that. But yeah, there's the. It's funny that Jimin isn't present here. That he was this because he'd never been informed that he was under Sid's orders, sort of thing. Oh, real cute sitting pose of Nanka here. He couldn't get chairs at all. He's just like, let's just sit on the floor, marble floor here. Yeah, and obviously that's why they couldn't do anything there. Yes, I know a band of thieves. They've got, with the Switch era, there are a few new IPs they've ended up focusing on. Ring Fit Adventure sort of thing. It'd be great as like the continued focus on the fitness element. And like as much as I like Wii Fit sort of thing, Ring Fit actually made like an entire world and saying, something you can build off of real easily. Switch Sports also has a world, but it's also a world that's connected to the Mii sort of thing. It's like, how much pull do you have there sort of thing? It's like, are the Mii's going to be phased out? Like, Nintendo's been a little bit unsure about Mii's, but then at the same time they've also done stuff like Miitopia and such, having a Switch port, Whereas Switch Sports, I feel they kind of do have an identity of their own, but also they're also supposed to be avatar-based sort of thing. So how much do you want to do with that sort of thing? In terms of like using it as a merchandising opportunity? Oh yeah, because that's why I was not matching up. The whole sneaking in sort of thing. It's like, wait, I thought it was his wife who did it, but yeah, it's like he tells it to the others, but no, it was actually. Yeah, sorry, that's our bad. After all, they don't have time to work on an airship. I can't think of one. To be fair, you can miss out on items by not doing the ATV things. Was it right, Shane? So due to how, those last parts with the Black Waltz number 3 and the airship sort of thing went on way longer than I was expecting to. So it's probably not going to be too much longer until the end of it. I'm going to get to the end of the Lindbom activities, and that'll be the end of this Souldin special. The ironic thing about this is that, canonically, Nanka can't sing, so... Though, admittedly, as a little comic point out sort of thing, the princess here in this scenario only sings one song. Yeah, as I said before, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing if you've enjoyed this so far. Yeah, there will be the poll to decide the next Souldin special out of the options I've previously mentioned. And of course, yeah, well, how did you get up here? I beat up a card! Alarmo is a thing that I'm interested in. Nintendo released a alarm clock, and yeah, it's actually a pretty cool sort of thing. I wonder if it's going to have any Switch 2 integration, Nanka, are you really sure you should be trusting G-Man? Looking, last time you had your back turned, you had a little bit of a squeeze. But, yeah, the Nintendo alarm clock, it's obscenely expensive. Like, some people say, I don't know if it's like a UK-based currency, that it's 100 quid sort of thing, or 80 quid. I think it's like $100, so, but, they tend to, like, not properly price convert these things when they bring them over. But, when it gets down to a cheaper price, I certainly wouldn't mind having an Alarmo. It's a pretty cool thing. I like, Nintendo thinking of the more unique stuff sort of thing. I thought that was pretty straightforward, but eh. Oh no, actually, to be fair, I'd never heard anything. Did they mention anything about the sleeping week before? Oh, so gosh, they use it on the kids? Ironically, that sort of sleeping conversation comes up as I was talking about the Alarmo sort of thing. Yeah, the Nintendo's got a real odd fascination with people's sleeping habits, But the concept of it constantly ringing until you actually get out of bed is a great one, because I must admit, I've been reaching over, turning off my sort of alarm clock. Ironically, it's a Game Boy alarm clock. And then I kind of just often end up falling back into bed and not really properly getting up. So if I had an alarm on the other side of the room, forcing me to get up sort of thing, I think it would help a lot. It's impressive that she has like the kind of like the piano dings. Oh, okay, yeah, so... Well, you messed that up wonderfully. But hey, it's part of Zidane. Well, again, in this case, it's G-Man's code. You know, he learns a lot from this sort of thing. You know, like whilst he is putting the moral right. You know, always helping sort of people. There's a lot of personal issues that obviously he has to learn and develop. Man, that would have been a tragic end to the moment. He actually the protagonist slips over the bomb and falls. Hey, back to Nanka. Yeah, not actually quite sure what to mention. I kind of finished off the Alamo thing, kind of with that sort of thing. You know, what if they'll do different colours and such? Apparently, it's only available with like the Nintendo store at the moment, sort of thing, which is a bit weird because it's an online store. Like, through, like, the Switch connection and all that sort of thing. It'll be nicer when it actually comes available in physical stores. What do you wish for your hunter's reward? I'll go with Gil all the way. It's like, I haven't had a need for Gil, particularly in the fact that, even if I was ever desperate for Gil, there's a button here in this re-release to make it 9,999 Gil every time. So, money is not a problem. Ferret takes the coral ring, which is admittedly a very useful item. I thought actually Flamberg had signed up because he'd heard animals sort of thing. I didn't realise G-Man signed him up for it. It's strange because I've played this several times. I thought I'd remember that part. But no, I really did think it was Flamberg accidentally signed himself after if he went off because he had a date with Nanka. Yeah, Flamberg times Nanka, not really something I've thought about. I think I heard Nanka overhear that. And this is why I've let Flamberg win every time. I want that card. I guess technically Nanka will be viewing this entire sort of thing, so whilst Nanka's not going to be on screen, it will still be from a perspective watching the sort of fight. Maybe I should like angle the camera sort of thing. Yeah, I mean they can see the entire town, which is very strange in that position. Like it doesn't look high enough to be able to see the entire town. I love how unanimous it is. It's like, should we root for G-Man or nah? It's just Flamberg. Flamberg behind you. Yes, go. I didn't expect any birds, so I was just equipping myself just with the Beast Killer. I know I've got Beast Killer. I mean, again, not the Trick Sparrows. So that's what the kids managed. The kids managed. Wow, gosh, I'm decimating them. The kids managed the one of the Tantalus. From a Trick Sparrow feather. I've got to save the cat. Top priorities. Different perspective here. Yeah, I need to keep Bandit on me so I can steal stuff from the big boss sort of thing. Flamberg's in the lead. Seems the kiss from Nanka is a real great motivation. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm apparently going to trance on this poor little fella, but this is the first time you really get to see the... 629 damage. A little overkill. Hey, there was an enemy there though, so... I've got better things to do than head to the pub or that in a British attitude, I can tell you that. There's a surprising amount of this game wherein you don't get levels or AP sort of thing. Like, boss fights, you're not getting AP from a lot of it. And I have things to steal. Yeah, I thought you could actually see... Yeah, there we go. Sorry, gotta rush this. Sorry about the rush of the dialogue. Mate, I've got a date online. Stole Mithril Gloves. Come on, I thought there was actually commentary from the other characters throughout the sort of thing. Oh, a thunder. I wanted to steal that Mithril Fork, but just gonna have to make do with this. And the winner, of course, is Flamberg, the Master Hunter. Because, of course, I wanted that card. And, yeah, so big plot points are going to happen, sort of thing. But yeah, this is going to be wrapping up the end of the Souldin special. How I'm going to fit this all into this thingamajig, I don't know. You know, it's also funny. It's like I wanted a more exciting thing, and what was my exciting thing to show off? Sort of thing was me one-shotting a ton of enemies and then just letting myself get defeated by the boss so I can get a card. I'm surprised they die real quick, sort of thing, when they're wounded like that. Interesting. They have an entire kingdom for the rat people, but I don't think there's an entire kingdom for, like, you know, the hippo people. There's just hippo people randomly about the place. Yeah, very poor timing on the festival, sort of thing. Yeah, but there's a surprising... Well, okay, I guess the guards still have to actually guard the castle. Currently, Alexandria is the one that you got to really question, given their involvement. And that's how Ferret gets to join the party, sort of thing. Or, to be fair, to their knowledge, they were going to split up anyway as a group. Because, as Jimin pointed out, he's already achieved the objective of getting Nanka to the place, so... Which, yeah, she's so used to actually all of them going as a group. They didn't even strike her mind. It's nice that she always has faith in her mother, sort of thing. But it's funny because we never actually get to, again, see the kind of mother that she used to be, sort of thing. Yeah, that does tend to happen. To be fair, any of them get killed. Admittedly, I can, you know, it would probably make more sense if the fact that, to be fair, Flamberg is like 8 and he's coming along. I had problems before with the fact that I've been promising too much, sort of thing. Like the Souldin specials I've mentioned, the 4 to cover, sort of thing. Like I said, I'll be doing each of them as an individual video, sort of thing. And even then, I'm kind of debating as to whether I should do the Slime Rancher still. But I'd be doing them as an individual. The vote thing is just decide which one I do as like a 2-part video. But it's the fact that I've promised to do a lot of them, sort of thing, and it's like, you know, it was already a lot to sort of like try to tackle, and I wanted to like rebalance my schedule so that once I, you know, if I was ever in a situation where I did get a full-time job, I wouldn't have to worry about that. This is admittedly coming sooner than I expected if, you know, I passed the interview. And to be fair, I also applied for a 16-hour part there, so I might get the 16-hour one instead. Who knows? It'll be interesting to see what happens. It'll be great if I get this on the basis of the local job, but the suddenly going from 0 hours at the moment to 40 hours, oh gosh, it's a big jump. What the? That's impossible. There shouldn't be any in your tears. What? You mentioned just by gosh, well, Steiner / Zero Falls in this case. Oh gosh, they are just absolutely hilarious. Oh. Yeah, so Ferret here, by the way, it, you know, didn't have much time for her in this thing. Regular name Freya, Ferret in this case. She's actually named after the Fallout 4 protagonist from our Fallout 4 playthrough. So hey, if I haven't already done enough links, I'll link to that one too. You know, a lot of people are concerned about her, but at the same time, I'm kind of curious as to what war Zero Force has been in, sort of thing. But also there's the case that Flamberg is 8 and you're wanting to bring him along to this war zone. And whilst of course she's an important role, sort of thing, I can see why she might, I guess what they should have done, rather than trying to coddle her like this, sort of thing, again, you know, competent maid, white mage and everything she is, they should have actually given her an objective to do. You know, even if it's something that was like trying to pen a letter sort of to her mother sort of thing. Or I guess the problem there is that Luminosity don't want to be known that, you know, they've got the princess staying with them. Hint that they're behind everything sort of thing. But I can see Nanka's objective point here. Also, I question the other guys, like, this part of the game is kind of hellish in the fact that you have to go through a decent chunk without a healer. But that's where it ends, so... Hope you enjoyed this Princess Garnet, aka Nanka, focused playthrough of, I guess, most of Disc 1. There's only one little part that didn't get included. Hope you enjoyed these 2 Souldin specials, and happy Pancake Day! Cheerio!